Welcome back, everyone. It is Wednesday, May 14th, and the MLB, our two favorite picks, are on the way. It's Austin, joined by Logan. And yesterday, we had a solid 2-0 day, Logan. We will take it. Andrew Abbott's under and earned runs, cash pretty sweat free. And we had that Valdez SGP, his under and earned runs, parlayed with his over and outs. The only sweaty thing was he went into the eighth inning. That's how well he was pitching. And we had to sweat 8 innings of him going under earned runs. He ended up getting it done. A 2-0 day. Gunnar Henderson did not suit up yesterday. He has a doubleheader today, but I think we'll probably be avoiding him. But hey, Logan, we'll take a 2-0 day. We get 2 picks today. Let's try to go 2-0 as well. Now, we talked about yesterday, Dinger Tuesday. We asked you for your favorite picks, and we said we'd pick one that cashed. And I honestly don't know how this man did it. Delmar decides to Drake Baldwin. Who? Yeah, the Atlanta Brave. He's a Braves fan. I saw his profile picture, but he called Drake Baldwin, and that was the craziest one we saw in the comments, at least when we scrolled through. Saw a bunch of other winners as well. So shout out to you guys for picking out some good Dinger Tuesday, people. We'll be back for another $25 giveaway tomorrow. Delmar decides if that's you, let us know. We can send you the $25. But Logan, we need to do a 2-0 day today. I'll begin with my pick. You'll go to yours, and I'm heading out to San Francisco, where I'm actually back in the away team. I'm taking the Diamondbacks first 5 team total over 1.5. Now, a little bit more juice than I want to drink at minus 145 on DraftKings, but end of the day, this is by far my favorite pick on the board. There's really not a lot to like on today's board. I know Logan can probably attest to this. It's just a bunch of doubleheaders, some pitchers that we don't have. I mean, some guys making their debuts. I believe the Astros have a debut guy. I came from UCF, so shout out him. But I'd rather just go to the D-backs, team that I trust can get us 2 runs in the first 5 on Jordan Hicks. Now, I do like runs in the first 5 here, but I don't really trust the Giants offense right now. They're just hit or miss. You either get them scoring a bunch of runs like they did yesterday, of course. We didn't run back our first 5 pick for them, hit a grand slam, or they do nothing. And they're facing Eduardo Rodriguez, who's kind of the same thing. He either gives up 5 or gives up 0. So I'd rather just trust the D-backs against Jordan Hicks. Now, let's touch on Jordan Hicks real quick. He hasn't really been that good this year. I mean, we're talking about a guy this season with a 5.82 ERA and a 1.4 whip. His expected ERA is better than that. But again, this is a guy that I just don't, the eye test, it's like, the last year they had him as a starting pitcher and he wasn't great, so they moved him to the bullpen. They've been experimenting him back as a starter, and the numbers aren't great there. But we look at this matchup in terms of the D-backs. The D-backs have been a great offense, 3rd in WRC plus, and even in May, versus righties, even in May, they're 9th. So even recently, they've still been a great offense versus right-handed pitchers. And as I said, Jordan Hicks hasn't really been that great. If you're looking at just this situation for the D-backs, this is the final game of this road trip. So it was a short one. They're head back to Colorado, to Arizona to face the Rockies, but they do have a day off. So it's not like they have to rush back or anything like that I'm too concerned about. I just look at Hicks, and this is a guy that's also struggled in day games. This is like a 3 or 4 p.m. Start, 1 p.m. out in San Fran. This guy with a 6.84 ERA in day games. So again, he's struggling there, allowing a 360 on base percentage to lefties. We know probably the first 4-5 guys that he will see will all be lefties. Talking about Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, Josh Naylor, Pavin Smith, all those guys are in there at the top of the lineup. And then when you get to Hicks, when he gets the runners in scoring position, he's struggling there too, allowing a 371 batting average. So again, struggle with runners in scoring position is a stat we want to see. He's given up those hits. This guy in Hicks has allowed 2 or more earned runs in 7 straight starts, 3 or more in 6 of 7. So he's really not coming into here with great form. His 2.5 earned runs line is a little bit juiced towards the under, but we don't even need 2.5 earned runs. We just need 2. And heck, we could afford an error or something like that, which certainly could happen. We've seen it happen plenty of times. And his outs line is 15.5, juiced like minus 150 on the under. So they don't think he goes 5. They think he goes a maximum of 5, and they think he gives up 2 to 3 earned runs. Well, I would cash this bet. So I will lay a little bit of juice here. DraftKings is only a book that had this line available, but I believe Caesars will also drop a line. Forget if BetMGM does first 5 team totals or not. If you don't have this, I would lean towards probably an over in the first 5 innings for this game. I do like the D-backs bats to show up early and often. I don't mind their full game team total at 3.5, but I rather, if they're going to get it done, I think they get it done through 5. If they don't have that, I don't think they get it done at all. So D-backs, my favorite pick of the day. Not many pitcher props out there that I liked. Maybe I'll touch on a few after Logan gives out his favorite pick. But Logan, what are you doing with your favorite pick? I heard it's an over.
Yeah, deep breath for this one, because it's not been the season for full game totals. But on this slate, my favorite pick of this whole entire slate is an over. It's the Yankees and Mariners over 8, minus 106 odds on FanDuel is your best value there. Now, I know when we pick overs this season, the teams just our poverty. But yesterday, that was the case. I mean, we saw a very low scoring game yesterday, went into extra innings. Today, different game flow. Yesterday, Yankees 0 for 14 with runners in scoring position. You just can't make that up. That's really bad. Mariners not much better, 2 for 8. Luis Castillo starts for the Mariners today, and he is a very fadeable pitcher in my opinion. 3.95 ERA, 1.38 WHIP. Castillo's StatCast numbers are really bad, actually. I mean, he's a good pitcher in general, but I still think he's very fadeable, and the numbers agree with me. 22nd percentile in K percentage, 23rd percentile in whiff percentage, 33rd percentile in hard hit percentage. He's not really getting the swing and a miss consistently this year. And I mean, that's why his ERA is nearly 4. I know he wants that to be better, but again, the Yankees are a team that, if I look at what I really think their weakness is, it would be a really dominant strikeout type pitcher. That's not Castillo this season. Yankees also have been great versus righties. 6th in batting average versus right-handed pitching. I think they get to Castillo. And what I've seen a lot with Castillo is when he makes mistake pitches, these hitters know how to make him pay for it. It's normally for extra bases. He's normally a home run guy. Austin and I talk all the time. Luis Castillo is a Yurfie guy for a reason, because in the first few innings, actually, he just doesn't have it. And he makes a lot of mistake pitches over the middle of the plate. Yankees, go do your job. Get us some runs today. And on the other side, it's going to be Will Warren starting for the Yankees. 4.75 ERA, 1.36 WHIP. Now, Will Warren, his ERA actually balloons up to even a 5.06 ERA on the road. It's not been that great of a road pitcher, although he's coming off a masterclass, which I love to fade young pitchers off masterclasses. That is something I've had success with in the past seasons. So he's coming off a 7 1/3 innings pitch, 1 earned run masterclass against the A's. Again, that was just like perfect scenario for him. I don't see that coming against the Mariners today. Mariners lineup does know how to make some of these pitchers work, and they're hitting 242 versus righties on the season, which isn't all that great. But Will Warren's StatCast numbers, kind of like I mentioned Luis Castillo's StatCast numbers, Will Warren's are significantly worse, especially in the categories that you would want to be better. He's only 4th percentile on hard hit percentage, 19th percentile on barrel percentage. Telling me right now this Mariners lineup can't barrel him up. I think they definitely can. There should be extra base hit opportunities against Will Warren, a guy that is, like I said, just coming off kind of the anomaly type outing. He is not a 7 1/3 innings pitched, 1 earned run type guy. I think they get to him today. And then we go to the bullpens. Yankees, 10th in bullpen ERA. Mariners, 12th in bullpen ERA. Okay, so you got 2 almost top 10 bullpens, but they are coming off an extra inning game where the bullpens did have to work a little harder. Who's available today? I don't really know. I don't like to forecast that, but I still see runs coming for each of these starting pitchers. I think we can get a little bit extra in the bullpen to push us over this total. I love this over between the Mariners and Yankees. I just hope there are not stranded base runners. Please, please, please go do your job today.
Please, that's all we're asking for. Logan, we can touch on 2 other picks we looked at. I'll let you touch on Mitchell Parker in a second. But I did a peek at Eric Fetty. I wanted to fade him, but as you know, he's in that doubleheader with the Cardinals and Phillies. So I wanted to look at his under and outs, but I could see them maybe trotting him out there if he's just getting torched. But the Phillies are doing early damage. Also, the Phillies, they don't like to show up whenever I back them. But Eric Fetty, if you know, he's coming off that masterclass, I believe 9 innings shutout. I don't remember if it was shutout or not, but complete game against his former team, the Nats. I could see him maybe getting rocked here. So an Eric Fetty fade was on my card, but I don't really know how to fade him. And if I don't know how, I just will not do it. I'll let you touch on Mitchell Parker, though, for a second against the Braves.
Yeah, I was looking at Mitchell Parker over and outs. I think it was like 16.5 when I was looking at it. It's just one of those picks, though, that I have like a 50% confidence in it. I could see it going absolutely sideways because he does struggle with the walks. I mean, if it's not the walks, he's getting hit. His last start, he kind of figured he dialed back the walks, but he gave up 7 hits. So it's really tough for me to love Mitchell Parker, but I do love his matchup. Number 1, the Braves, bad versus lefties. Number 2, historically, he's pitched well versus the Braves. I'm allowing like under a 200 batting average. So that's where my head was. But again, I can't fully pull the trigger on that one.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like whenever we backed a mediocre to subpar pitcher to pitch well, I don't think they've pitched well at all this season. It's like
No.
they could even be the greatest spot ever, and they just do not come through. But our two picks, you saw them, D-backs first 5 team total, Yanks and Mariners over. Let's go 2-0 again today, and let's turn this little 4-1 run into a 6-1 run. As always, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys back tomorrow with some more picks. See you then. Peace.